We are back on a Wednesday for What It Takes Radio. We are here to connect you with your audience and bring your message to life. And another interesting idea. But remember, there are all kinds of interesting ideas, but this is what we're going to call an ISSACHAR idea. That's right, an ISSACHAR idea. And could it be that Donald Trump chose a very controversial team, which he is doing, has done, and will continue to do for a very good reason? Let's see if we can figure that one out. Let's do some ISSACHAR work. Greetings once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stan, the coach man, the radio man, for interesting ideas. And remember, as we said yesterday, there's all kinds of interesting ideas. And what we try and do is do more than help you be more interesting. But we do that because the more you know, the more interesting you are, the more things will come to you. Insight, influence, impact, and income. That's right. All of those things can come to you when you are a man or a woman of goodness, of faith, of charity, of compassion. Combine those good qualities of the spirit force with some real wisdom, insight, and truth as to how the world works. Yeah. This is the way the world works. This is the way it makes sense. This is the way the world works. This is the way it makes sense. And that's something I used to teach my youngsters many, many years ago in their philosophy class. Their job as little amateur philosophers, as they studied the great and mighty philosophers, was for them to come to that point of understanding that, this is why that happened. This is what I should do. This is the way the world works. And if I want to do well in it, I need to understand it. And I need to understand the human condition. I need to know how to be strong and brave and bold in the midst of all those things. And I need to be good. And occasionally I may need to even seek personal greatness. Yeah. And our key word this week is ISSACHAR. ISSACHAR. The men and women of ISSACHAR, it was said in ancient times, they understood the times and they knew what to do. And that's why King David, the giant killer, became one of the great kings of ancient Israel. Certainly not a perfect man. We oftentimes say, as we do about our own leaders, they're flawed men and women. I hear that a lot about Trump, and of course he is. But of course, so was David. And you know what? So are we all. Some of us are perhaps more flawed than others, and maybe some of us are less flawed than others. But there's only one who escaped the flawness factor. Okay, here we go. First of all, I just simply want to give you an insight as to why things may be happening. Now, one of the things that happened to me in my 35 years of performance coaching is that I got pretty good at understanding why and how my clients thought and how they worked and what they would do, or maybe how I should recommend that, knowing what I know, what would be helpful for them to do. I even had one client one time say to me, he said, Stan, how does this work? You know what I'm going to do even before I know it. You know what I'm going to do before and I said, usually I do. And and I'm going to ask you to do something that might be helpful to you that is in line with what you want to do. I'm not in the business of trying to make you do something you don't want to do, because it won't go well. You won't like it. It probably won't work if you do something you don't want to do. So one of the things is right now, as I said, we're kind of examining because we are in the midst of actually watching Donald Trump pick his team. Now, the lesson for us all is to know that we all have to choose our audience. That's right. If you're going to be successful in life and business, there are people who are going to have to appreciate you, work with you, that you can help them. If you can't help anybody or serve anybody, you're out of business. I had one young man after I gave a talk on how you had to serve others. He kind of said to me, he said, "Hey, I've got family to support and I've got things to do. I'm here to serve myself. Serve myself." And I said, kind of with a little bit of a smile and a little bit of a smirk, "Well, I hope you pay well and on time, because you're the only customer you'll ever get. You don't serve others. If you don't serve others, it doesn't work." Prayer works. That's a fact of life, whether you believe it or not. It's true. Okay? Now, what has happened is that one of Donald Trump's major picks, a man named Matt Gaetz, is the one who is probably going to be in the most trouble, because he is a character. Now, oftentimes I say, remember, the word character has three meanings. First of all, we oftentimes say he's a man or woman of character. It means they really have good qualities. That they're virtuous, a man of character, a woman of character. The other is character means they're kind of crazy. they're a real character. Yeah, and it may or may not be complimentary, but the word character is used. I have an artist friend, and he's kind of crazy. He's really eccentric. He's a character. And the third meaning of it is that they have a role to play. Like in a play. I mean, you'll be this character. And there are a lot of people who are in the business of playing roles, both in their life and business and just in the work they do. They have a role to play. Matt Gaetz is, I don't know if he's a man of character in the first sense. They're saying he's not, and that could very well be, because a lot of people aren't. They're very flawed and characterless people. I don't know that much about him. I know that what everybody says may not be true. Okay. But the point is, he is the kind of character that Trump might want from the start, because he is big and bold and brave, and he's got a big mouth, and he's very smart. And I can just see that since Trump wants to clean out the Department of Justice, which he thinks did him in many ways, and he thinks is more thoroughly corrupt than the others, he may want someone to go in there and just, cause crisis and chaos and clean it out. I do know that at his confirmation hearing, he'll be in their face. He will be able to give as good as he gets from anybody. That's just how he works. He has lots of opponents, and he has a lot of enemies, and he has a lot of people who don't like him, but he also has people who will. He's our man. And he won his congressional seat over 60%. So obviously the people who voted for him like him. They know who he is, and they like him. So, and it could be, again, think, what if he doesn't get in? Bang, happens. Well, Trump is okay with that, if that's the fate, if that will be. Because you know what he'll do? Then he'll replace him with somebody else. And already the people, and he's got lots of good people he can choose from, then the people who use all their energy, like put the other guy out, will have confirmation fatigue, and it'll be much easier to get in somebody else who he wants, maybe even more, and who has some of the very same qualities, but perhaps less of the showmanship, less of the character flaws, and less whatever kept him from being there. And if that doesn't happen, then a guy like Trump might be saying, okay, I don't have then I will be the attorney general because I'm the boss. Because I don't have anyone to be the attorney general right now, I'll act as attorney general until I find somebody who meets the approval. And I will have my own personal assistants to help me. And of course, who are going to be his personal assistants, which the Senate has no business with. You know, yeah, this is the way the world works. This is the way it makes sense. Doesn't mean it's fair. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's good. But ISSACHAR, understanding the times and knowing what to be, say, and do. I hope this little rant, little review might be helpful to you. Not picking on anybody, not saying anyone's bad, not saying anyone's good, just simply observing, which is what I do, and helping me to better understand, and perhaps other people too. Now, what I will do is tomorrow I'm going to be in what I call the because movement. This is a good time for all of us. You know, why are you doing that? Why are you that? Because. Right now, I'm going to ask you people to do a lot of becauseing. Now, my wife will say, well, why are you wearing that shirt? Well, because I like it. Well, it doesn't really look as best on you. Well, okay, but I like it. Whatever, you know, it can be the simplest things. No, because, but make it 2 words. This is what I'm going to be. And this is my cause. Because that's the deal. Men and women who make a difference in the world have a cause. They have a calling. They may have a vocation. They may have a passion. They are being the leader, the creator of their cause. And I'm going to, you know, in the midst of these challenging times, we need more men and women who have a strong, strong sense of cause. One of the differences was that everybody knew what Donald Trump's cause was, and over half of the people liked it, and a great many didn't like it, but they knew what he's doing is exactly what he said he was going to do. Unfortunately, Ms. Harris never was able to get the cause in front of people. You know, this is the cause. This is the because. This is me. This is my cause. Except for some general, you know, platitudes, you know, the opportunity economy. What's that? What's the cause, Kamala? And she failed to come across that way. Just a lesson to be learned for us all. I think I'll talk more about that tomorrow. Maybe I won't, because maybe I just did enough right now. Hey, I'm Stan. Reach out to me in terms of coaching, doing radio, being helpful for you to build a business and build a team, and be strong and powerful in who you are and what you do. And with a touch of humor, I can come into your life with my team. If I can't help you, I know somebody who will, and I've got a team of people, you know, kind of the Stan team that will work with you in our variety of enterprises to help you be at your best. Maybe even be a brand new you. Would you like to do it? Be a brand new you? See if we can help you do that. We're not counselors. We're not psychiatrists. We're not therapists. We are coaches, confidants, friends. And as one of my friends one time introduced me, he said, and Stan is kind of a professional nag from time to time. He just keeps asking you to do something. Take care. I appreciate you. All the best and blessings for you and your family. And as we are now approaching Thanksgiving, remember, a thankful and grateful heart is seldom a fearful heart. A thankful and grateful heart is seldom a fearful heart. That's the way the world works. That's the way it will make sense. Take care. Peace be unto you. Bye for now.